Hello, how are we doing today? It's night time already. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you all. What's the topic today, Pastor? We're still talking about finding peace, and that's what we're going to continue. This is not recorded, this is a live show. It's a live show. I can see you like you're seeing me. Okay. So welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. It's a beautiful day. IBK, how are you? Thank God I don't want to find myself on YouTube. I know. Majority of the stuff you see on YouTube, they are recorded. Whenever I finish my shows here on on TikTok, I will download and then upload on YouTube. So you guys who are on YouTube, you won't be missing anything. Because I think I'm loving the experience on TikTok. But I'm still because I'm actually working on my studio right now, putting everything together. And once everything is right, you guys will be able to see me at the same time. I'm going to be streaming to Facebook, YouTube, IG, and TikTok at the same time. IBK, now you are talking. Baba Paul, Olaniyan, how are you? Long time. Is everything all right? IBK, now you are talking. Now you are ready for real business. You are ready for real content creation assignment. Okay, that's the way out. But it's very good for us to double stream to all of these platforms at the same time. Oh yeah, you can do that. That's how you do content. But your own shows are too long. Your shows are too long. You stay too long on TikTok. On TikTok is sometimes you stay there 5 hours. To download 5 hours material, it's a long time. Even my own 45, 1 hour, 2 hours, broadcast. My eyes they see shaggy to download. So we started this morning talking about finding peace. It's very important for us to find peace. And I shared a few things with us this morning. Live below your means. Live below your means. It's very important. I understand that in Africa, bá a ṣe máa ń fi àjùlọ hàn yàn ò ní pé ká show wọn ní material things. Jẹ́ kí n fi àjùlọ hàn ẹ́. Mo fẹ́ fi àjùlọ hàn wọ́n. Show them. I want to show them. We always love to show them. Guys, go ahead and power tap. Let's power tap. Put your hands on that screen and power tap. So a lot more people will be able to know I'm live. Just do that. Just do me a favor for that. So, mo fẹ́ fi àjùlọ hàn ẹ́. Àjùlọ tí à ń sọ yẹn, àjùlọ yẹn is based on material things. Mr. Paul, thank you. It's based on material things. Material things as in the car I drive, the house I live, my fashion, my clothes and shoes and bags, and I'll take pictures, I'll put them on social media, I show them. That's the way we believe. for us to show our wealth. And it's not just some people, it's just majority of us. Majority of us will show that. Okay. Now, so in the morning I shared with you guys that it's good for us to downsize. Whenever you're going through situations in life, you'll find out that it seems like you're beating more than you can chew. So it's time for us to downsize. And downsizing is not supposed to be a shame. It's not a shame. It's not a shame. It's not something that you should feel like, okay, you have failed. No, you have not. What you're doing is you're finding peace for yourself. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ is actually what will give you a long life. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ will give you a long life, and you will be able to achieve a lot more than you're achieving right now once you have ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. That's the peace. It's very important. And the peace is already there. God created us and He gave us the peace. Àwa ni à ń wá bẹ́kùnbẹ́kùn kiri. Ibi tí a bá ti ń wá bẹ́kùnbẹ́kùn kiri láti máa ń rí ìrìkúrì. Good evening, Folowóṣẹlẹ̀. I can't pronounce that, but I think I got it. Ibi tá a ti máa ń wá ìwàkúwà kiri, ibi tá a ti máa ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́ èmi jù ẹ́ lọ, ìwọ ò tó mi. That is where we encounter the problem. And majority of us, because we come from a very humble background, from level of poverty, now that you are in the US, the UK, or maybe you're in Lagos, you feel it's important to prove to the entire world that I've achieved. Thank you very much for the gift. Really appreciate that. You want to prove to the entire world that you have achieved. There's nothing wrong in proving, but how long will you be able to continue to prove? Because yesterday's glory is not enough for today. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí wọ́n pè ẹ́ ní olówó àná. Ní olówó àná. Olówó àná means pé o make ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ni. Àbí owó ẹ̀ ti wà expired. Àwọn ẹlòmíì ti lówó jù ẹ́ lọ. Àwọn ẹlòmíì ti lọ́lá jù ẹ́ lọ. Àwọn tí wọ́n wà in vogue náà nísìn. So wọ́n wá pa ẹ́ tì bí aṣọ tó gbó. And you see the pain of being abandoned will kill you. You start to do too much to still make yourself to be relevant. To be relevant. That's exactly what you're going to be doing. So you start putting more burden upon yourself. And in this kind of situation, people will go and loan, borrow money from the bank. In this kind of situation, people will start spending credit card money to buy clothes and shoes just to be relevant. A lot of people, they always want the approval of the people. They want people to say, yeah, we approve you, we are accepting you, and stuff. And you will continue to put pressure on yourself. And it's possible for you not to be able to make it. So what am I saying is that the peace we're talking about, God already gave the peace. We have the peace. We must make sure we keep the peace by not putting more burden upon ourselves. Ayé yìí lágbára tẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀. Ayé yìí ò easy tẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀. Wàhálà àti ìlà ìlò tó wà nínú ayé yìí ti pọ̀ jù already. Ó ti pọ̀ jù already. Kí ló wá tún wá dé tí mo máa ń fi ọwọ́ ara mi fa gọ̀gọ̀? Mo fi ọwọ́ ara mi fa wàhálà sí ilé ayé mi, for no reason. Nítorí pé mo fẹ́ ju ẹnìkan lọ. ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú family láàrin ọmọ ìyá méjì mẹ́ta mẹ́rin débi pé competition máa pọ̀ gan. Ìwọ ló fẹ́ jẹ́ ògo family, ó fẹ́ jẹ́ ògo ìdílé, wàá máa fi burden sọ́nù ara ẹ̀, wọ́n máa gbé burden sí ẹ, wọ́n máa ní Adéṣọlá ìwọ lolú ọmọ, tá a bá rí ẹ nípàdé a lè ṣèpàdé torí pé o ṣì ń náwó ní o, torí pé o ṣì ń náwó, òun náà ṣe sọ ẹ́ dolú ọmọ o. Ọjọ́ tó o bá lówó láti ná mọ́, ẹlòmíì ló máa dolú ọmọ o. Didio, thank you, how are you? Ẹlòmíì ló máa dolú ọmọ, wọ́n máa gbé chair ẹ fẹ́ lòmíì, wàá kàn dé meeting lọ́jọ́ kan, wọ́n máa ní àìpẹ̀lẹ́ sà, ayé tí ń rèé sà, àánú ẹ lè lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn, ẹlòmíì ló ní ibẹ̀ yẹn, bíbá ẹni títí yìí. At that time you will now realize kò ti tán, ògo ti tán nìyẹn, ó yẹ ó ti tán nìyẹn. So they call you, you're sending money, you're wasting your time and your money and your energy. Oh yeah, many of you guys who want to go to Nigeria, you will be borrowing money from credit card. You borrow money from credit card. Wá lọ sí Nigeria, wọ́n wá pè ẹ́ sí party, wọ́n wá sọ ìṣèṣọlá o, ṣọlá mi bọ̀bọ̀, ó náwó Amẹ́ríkà yìí o, ìṣèdọ́là mi, ẹ wo ṣọlá o, ọ̀hún Adéoyè, ṣọlá bọ̀bọ̀ o, ọ̀hún Adéoyè, ó náwó Amẹ́ríkà yìí o, ṣọlá mi bèbí, ẹ wo èrò rẹpẹtẹ tó wá láti Amẹ́ríkà, ìṣèṣọlá o, ṣọlá. Orí àwa wú jàn orí àwa wú gbà ó, wọ́n máa legi mọ́ orí ẹ̀, wọ́n máa ná owó yẹn lọ, wọ́n máa ná owó yẹn lọ. It is going to be the next day, wọ́n máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn pé ìlú mo ná pàtí yẹn náà, ẹ máa náwó gan sa, ẹ náwó kú o, eléré yẹn kàn kí yín ló kàn kí yín, orí yín kàn wú jàn ẹ̀, ó kàn wú jàn ẹ̀, gbogbo owó tó fẹ́ fi lọ kọ́lé, owó tó fẹ́ fi lọ ralẹ̀, ó ná gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ, owó credit card, ó ná gbogbo ẹ̀ tán pátápátá. Ṣọlá bọ̀bọ̀ o, ṣọlá mi bèbí, ṣọlá bọ̀bọ̀ o, ṣọlá mi bèbí, ìṣèṣọlá o, ṣọlá mi bọ̀bọ̀, ó náwó Amẹ́ríkà o, ìṣèṣọlá mi, àwo ti MBK nílùú Canada, àwo MVP nílùú Germany, ṣọlá bọ̀bọ̀ o, ṣọlá mi bèbí, ìṣèṣọlá o, ṣọlá mi bọ̀bọ̀. They will not be calling your name. Àgùntàṣọ́lò, ṣọlá. Ọ̀dọ̀ mo kúrú wọn ní àgùntàṣọ́lò, ṣọlá mi baby. Then they whine you. Wọ́n máa whine ilé ayé ẹ̀ tó máa fi kú ni. So at the end of the day, ìgbéraga tó wọ̀ wọ́ gan lẹ́wù tẹ́lẹ̀. Ìgbéraga tó wọ̀ ẹ́ lẹ́wù. That's stuff. Ṣọlá bọ̀bọ̀ o, ṣọlá mi baby, àwo ti dídì ọ, ṣọlá mi bọ̀bọ̀, nílùú Germany ni o, ṣọlá mi baby, ó kọ́lé aláràbarà sílùú Germany, wọ́n máa fẹ̀yìn bí ẹran tó ti sùn, wọ́n máa làágùn bí ẹran tó ti sùn, and you will now start spending money, you will finish the credit card loan you got. And now you will get back to the US, you will now start struggling to do double shift. You will look for wàhálà. Ó wá tán báyìí sí wá ṣe wàhálà títí ó wá síkì. Ó ní COVID-19 àbí COVID-22. At the end of the day, ó wá nílé wọn, ó wá mí fíkífíkí. Àwọn tó náwó fún Mr. Musician tó náwó fún, ìyẹn ò pé ẹ́. Mr. Musician yẹn ò kọ lẹ́tà sí ẹ pé ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́sà. Òun ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó ti lọ fi túnlé ayé tiẹ̀ ṣe. He is actually enjoying his own life. The musician you spend your money for is building mansions all around. Go and see all the musicians. Go and see the mansions they are building in Nigeria and the businesses and hotels they're establishing. But you are the one that is actually doing the spending. You don't even have a land. You don't even have nothing. And you see the mindset. If you talk, Nigerians will attack you. That's not enjoyment. You will talk, you will just try this thing. Carry your money, carry $3,000, ordinary $3,000. Carry that $3,000 and go to Cancun. Or no, when you get to Cancun, you sit down there, you enjoy, you eat, you drink some wine, you sit down by the seaside, you're looking at everything. The kind of breeze that will be blowing you, your brain will work properly. You will know the difference between wastage, okay, and enjoyment. You will see the difference. You will see. At the end of the day, you will now affect the life of your husband or wife, including that of the children. The children, they are not going to a good school because you are not spending money. You are not spending money towards the right direction. Okay, you want to enjoy life, you want to enjoy this and stuff, and that's where you're spending your money. You're buying clothes you don't need. You're buying things you don't need. You're going to show off to people because you want them to see you as a prosperous person living in America and Canada, in Nigeria, and you have succeeded in destroying so much, and you are not thinking about the future. See, the peace that God gave to us is supposed to be a kind of everlasting peace. He said, "My peace I give." It is not like the world give. This world don't give peace. So the kind of peace they give, they collect another thing from you. They will even come and collect the peace that they are giving unto you. So we don't even call it peace in the first place. He's suffering. You see, one thing I realize is this. Whenever I go to party and I'm spending money, listen, guys, and I'm spending money, and they're calling my name and say Shola mi bobo, Shola bobo, Shola mi bobo. O ti de won se nde o, Shola mi baby. O de towo, Shola mi baby. O de tola o, is Shola mi. And I'm spending money. The moment another person enter the agbo and start spending, maybe me I'm spending $1, and that person now came and start spending $100. I am the one telling you this. The musician will change the music. He will now say, "Ẹ jẹ́ kí lílù padà nítorí ìtúnlé." But lílù padà nítorí ìkúnlé. Mr. Money, oh, Mr. Money, Mr. Money today is ìkúnlé mi. They won't call my name again. Shola's era is gone. Because ohun tí musician jẹ lẹ́nu ló mọ̀. At the end of the day, and that is how life is. Oh, they understand. Oh, and then when they now start saying, "Tomati ba yilu pada," mu yilu pada nítorí ìkúnlé. Kunle bobo, kunle mi baby oh, it says all of me. Oh no, at the end of the day, wawashi kube, you now do one kind, you just be able to disappear from that scene and go and sit down. And you go and sit down. You now sit down, you now be thinking about the money you have already wasted. And you wasted the money already. Owó tó yẹ kó fi ṣe investment. Zadi J2. Owó tó yẹ kó lọ fi ṣe investment. The money you're supposed to go and invest somewhere to make money for your old age. The money you're supposed to invest in the life of your children so that one for anything. When you invest money on your children and they go to good schools, okay, they will give you peace during the time of old age. The people that you see, their children, Buki, how you doing, my dear? The people you see, their children are coming back home to say, "Daddy, give me." And "Daddy, there's problem. Daddy, there's this. Oh, come on, Rainy. Oh, come on, Daddy. Oh, come on. Thank you for the gift, Buki. Oh, come on, Dada. Your children are supposed to be your priority number one on your priority list. Your marriage supposed to be next. Actually, your marriage first, your children next. All right? So, that is the most important thing in your life, so that only for Joale, only fi sunkún, only for Joale sunkún. But come on, kọ́ ìgboro. àwọn èèyàn kan wà wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní adára ń ta má dá ń lé. I've been your followers since 2012. Wow. Zadi Lagbaragon, thank you very much for the loyalty. I really appreciate that. You know, at the end of the day, ulon call itawo call ile, no one ta, and you will see a lot of you men out there. Wa gbowo lo party wa lo ma ná sórí ọyàn, orí ọmú ọlọ́mú ló náwó sí, ọmú tó wà nílé gan ò náwó sí. Sisi only sisi joke party. The person you've never even met these people, you don't even know them, and they're wearing shine, and they're showing cleavage. Wàá gbé orí ẹ̀ bí orí eku, orí ẹ̀ bí orí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. Wàá gbé lọ síbẹ̀, wàá lọ máa náwó sórí ọmú ọlọ́mú. Same here. Thank you, Beauty Black Omodudu. Thank you very much. Wàá lọ máa ná sórí ọmọ dúdú, lórí ọyàn ẹ̀, wàá máa lẹ̀ mọ́bẹ̀. O ní chance. Who can waste away? Majority of you men just believe that, and when you go to party and start spending money on the breast of a woman, the woman will just carry her vagina and come and give you. Which is really, you don't understand. Pé the question bàbá olówó gangan tó lọ mọ́jú kò síbẹ̀ òun ló gbówó fọ́mọ yẹn kó lọ náwó lójú àgbo, and you will be there oṣoorí láǹkọ̀ bí orí eku, ó rọjú kòkòkò bí gúre bẹ́rì. You are now going there to waste the money you're supposed to spend in your family. You're spending it outside, and you squander the whole thing, finish it, and at the end of the day, and you'll be saying, it is the devil, it is the devil. And why you baby no one? Are you no baby no? Are you she won't bear no? So why you no long? Someone know why you know no and John, till I'm and John, you know, bonum. Oh, no woman. Oh, no, no. And you're the one spending the money to waste your way down. And you say you are looking for peace. I'm looking for peace. You cannot find it because you are not going towards the direction. That was a long time ago. You know? And that's the stuff. And you say, I'm finding me, you're not. The issue is this, Yahweh by Janle. Your wife is going to ask questions, and you are not a man of peace, because if your wife is saying, Shola, we got to talk. Majority of us men, we don't like that statement. When your wife will just come and say, Shola, we got to go. To sign, thank you very much. We got to talk. We got to talk. We men don't like it. But we say we are finding peace. We always believe anytime a woman says we got to talk, that means we have committed an offense. And we don't want to. So we start becoming so defensive and angry just for us not to talk. Just for us not to talk. And we just sit down there. I'll be looking. At the end of the day, you are not going towards the path of peace. The path of peace will require that you are loyal to your wife, to your husband. Àwọn obìnrin kan wà onínàkúnà, oníranù ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ tínrín. Wọ́n máa ń ráwọn obìnrin ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ tínrín kan báyìí wọ́n ṣe wọ́n rí tínrín ikùn àwa tó bí gbàngbà. Wọ́n máa ró sọ káàkiri àdúgbò, wọ́n máa wọ ṣáínṣáín bọ̀bọ̀, ṣáínṣáín bèbí káàkiri àdúgbò, àwọn ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ toothpick. Wọ́n máa rìn káàkiri ìgboro bí ẹni pé àwọn nìkan ló ní problem, àwọn nìkan ní wàhálà bá láyé wọn. Party yìí náà ni, party 24/7. Wọ́n máa waste gbogbo owó sí party. Aṣọ ẹbí àwọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wọ bra wọn mọ̀ ṣó ní kí gbogbo àmà ṣó àwọn ṣe gbogbo àmà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ báwọn lọ pàtí wọ́n aṣọ rí ránkò wọ́n aṣojú wọ́nkò bí ojú ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. At the end of the day, they will say, they do this, ayé kan ni, madam ayé mi o. They refuse to take care of their kids. They don't stay home to take care of. They don't even know their children. Their children doesn't know them. It is nanny that is taking care of kids and stuff. Wọ́n máa yọra kiri. Wọ́n máa yọra káàkiri. Máa rẹ́ǹtì bàtà, máa rẹ́ǹtì pátá. Wọ́n á ya pátá, wọ́n á ya ṣòkòtò, wọ́n á ya ilé, wọ́n á ya necklace, wọ́n á ya bangu, wọ́n máa ya earring, wọ́n á tún ya perfume gan. Tí wọ́n fi síbẹ̀, wọ́n máa ya àwọn olè. You know that kind of stuff. Mi mú nǹkan tó wá káàkiri mi tó pa wọ́n, mi mọ́ tó kó balẹ̀ ayé wọn. Sí dandan lèèyàn fi ń lọ pàtí ni, sí dandan lèèyàn fi ń yọra ni. Sí dandan ni. And we say we are looking for peace. We are not. We are not. A lot of Nigerians or Africans generally, we just love wahala. And then the pastors will now start praying, and they say, hey, it's from your mother's side, it's from your mother's side. Àwọn àjẹ́ tí wọn ní bísíǹsì kankan pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, àwọn ìyá mi ò ṣòròǹgà tó bí jẹ́jẹ́ wọn báyìí náà jókòó, àwọn àtòríjàpá àtẹ̀dọ̀jọ́ kan, àwọn olórin ẹlẹ́ni, àwọn tí wọ́n rógbà aṣọ tí ò balẹ̀, jẹ́jẹ́ wọn ni wọ́n jókòó sí pàdé wọn tó ń sọ ìfà jìngìjìngìn, ìfà mo gbọ́rọ̀ kan, àwa ẹlẹ́yẹ ti dé sínú igbó. Àwa ẹlẹ́yẹ adé ò sínú ọ̀dàn, ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ṣe wèrè, a ó jorí rẹ̀, a ó jápá rẹ̀, a ó fi ẹ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ mú gàrí. Àwa ẹlẹ́yẹ àti dé. Àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ wọn compose orin wọn fúnra wọn nínú igbó jẹ́jẹ́. The ẹlẹ́yẹ people, they are doing their meeting jẹ́jẹ́, and you are lying on them. They don't even know your name. They are never even, that you are not on the list of people they want to eat or they want to do anything to. You are just lying to yourselves. You're lying to yourself. Àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ fúnra wọn tí wọ́n rí tẹ́nì kankan rò. Tí COVID tó ti bá yí àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ jẹ́ táwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ ò lè fò mọ́. What's the weekend? So you now start lying because Africans, we love to lie. We love to blame people. We blame powers and principality. We blame the devil. We blame witches and wizards. We just blame everybody. We just blame everybody for what we caused by ourselves. We caused these things by ourselves, but we will blame another person for that our own mistake and shortcomings. Instead of us just taking responsibility and say, you know what, I've been stupid. I have been stupid. I remember many years ago, I was dating one girl, and this girl based in London. So she came back to Nigeria, and she's kind of like really loving me and stuff. So she gave me £4,000. Maybe I was probably like about 21 years old then, maybe 21, thereabout. Now gave me £4,000 that I should use the £4,000 to go and look for visa and whatever it is and ticket to come and meet her in London. And I told my mother now said, change the money, let's go buy land. So you can buy land and keep the land and stuff because it will be useful and stuff. Mi ò gbọ́. Our boys were bully wọlé bí wèrè, wọ́n máa gbé BMW wá wá kọ́ máa gbọ́ this are red, violent are blue. They will turn the music all the way up. They will line up in front of my house. I will just, me, Ololade, Mr. Money, I will just bring one bundle of money, we'll jump in the car with all the babes and stuff, straight to the club, we'll drink everything. I finished the money. I finished it. When I now finished, and I went to my mother, and I said, Eshuni, it is powers and principality. Eshuni, mommy, Modaro. That was the same lie I told the girl. I told the girl the same lie. Eshuni, it is the devil. Àwọn èṣù ló bá mi náwó. Àwọn èṣù bá mi náwó ni o. Èṣù ló náwó. Èṣù mi kọ́ mi ò mọ̀ bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó kàn ṣá ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ni. Mo kò sáré pé mo mú bẹ́ẹ̀lì kọ̀ọ̀kan, mo kàn mú bọ́ndù ni mo kàn náà jẹ ni o. Èṣù kọ́, èmi ni mo ná owó jẹ. Bọ́mọ yẹn ṣe break up pẹ̀lú mi nìyẹn tó ní wèrè ní bọ̀bọ̀ yìí. Bọ̀bọ̀ eléyìí máa ná gbogbo owó òun tán. That was how the girl broke up with me. Baby ṣe pálí ayé mi nìyẹn. Baby ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pálí ayé mi nìyẹn. Èmi ni mo ṣe. And now when I start there's some of the mechanics that are now consoling me. And I say, má worry, kẹ̀kẹ́, owó tọmọ kékeré bá kọ́kọ́ ní, àkàrà ló fi máa ń jẹ. Owó tọmọ kékeré bá kọ́kọ́ ní, àkàrà ló fi máa ń jẹ. So èmi náà wọ́n òótọ́ ní sá, ọmọ kékeré rẹ̀ ni mí, mo dẹ̀ ti jàkàrà náà nìyẹn. Ó ti lọ nìyẹn, mo fi £4,000 mo fi jàkàrà. Lórí burúkú àkàrà ni mo jẹ. Àkàrà burúkú ayé àtọ̀run ó ní mo jẹ. The moment tí owó tán, àwọn boys ò gbórí wọlé mọ́, mi ò gbọ́ mi ò gbọ́ mọ́ níwájú ilé mi. Everybody ti bẹ́ sọ̀nù. Wọ́n ti wá bàbá olówó mi lọ. You see what I'm saying? ká ní mo ti gbọ́ mọ̀ràn àgbà £4,000 in those days mi bá ti di bàbá aládùúgbò, mi bá ti di landlord gbogbo street kan. I would have bought all the houses on that street, but I didn't listen. All right, and I paid dearly for these things. But when they are warning you now, etí ẹ bí etí ehoro yẹn ó lè gbọ́ràn. Etí ẹ bí etí ehoro ó lè gbọ́. You can never understand. All right? A lè gbọ́ràn. Nítorí pé kí orí ọmọ tuntun má wọ̀ la ṣe ní àwọn àgbàlagbà lọ́jà. You know, but you can never listen. Ó lè gbọ́. And ẹni tó jì sí kòtò wọ́n ló yẹ kókó ara yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Wọ́n jì sí kòtò ìwọ́n sọ fún wọn pé ẹ̀wọ̀n ríran ni. Èèyàn ló jábọ́ sí kòtò yìí ọ̀nà tó gba ẹ̀ máa ló gba ọ̀nà kò ríran ni. Àwa ríran bàjẹ́, àwa mọ̀ bá ṣe máa fò kọjá níbẹ̀. We know the way we are going to go. And that's what we are saying. Because we are so stupid people. So stupid set of people. And once you are going towards a direction, àwọn bàbá money, àwọn bàbá mọ̀yàn, wọ́n ní bọ́mọ kékeré bá ń gégi nígbó, àwọn àgbàlagbà ló mọ ibi tó ń wó sí. Ohun tó ọmọ kékeré rí tó bá gorí òkè, tó gorí skyscraper, tágbàlagbà bá jókòó sábẹ́ igi, ó máa rí distance yẹn kọjá level ọmọ kékeré yẹn. But when they are talking, you will say they are not listening, they are not wise, they are not this, they are not that. Àwọn Yorùbá ní èèyàn máa ń fi ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n ṣọgbọ́n. Ọgbọ́n ọlọ́gbọ́n ó ní kò kí ń jẹ́ ká pàgbà ní wèrè. But we will not listen. Ó dẹ̀ wá dojú alẹ́ kálábùradà ẹ kó tó mọ̀ pé rù ni. It is later down the road wàá máa pa ìtàn mo lówó rí o. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ kọjú owó sẹ́mi náà gbà kan. God tested me with money at the time. I squandered it. You will be telling yourself, you might not be able to open up to people to tell the truth. All right? And this is the time right now. Adeyinka, how are you? At this time right now, you are now listening to ìkìlọ̀, but you never listen. Má jẹ́ ń tọ́ ẹ jẹ́, ṣé kí n tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Má ra mansion o, tó bá mọ̀ pé kò kì í ṣe pé o fẹ́ fi make owó. Má ra o, tó bá dọjọ́ kan, yóò sú ẹ. Mansion, o lè gbé bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó máa ní yàrá bíi mẹ́jọ kan tó ò ní wọlé sí, títí wàá fi kú. You know one thing I realized, I don't know, maybe you guys, you realize the same thing. Like I've been living in Houston now for probably like about 3 years, going to 4 years. Do you know that there are still some streets I've never been to in Houston? Do you know that? Do you know I used to live in Badon? I live in Badon, all of my life. From 1 year old all the way to when I left Nigeria in 2003. Do you know in that same ring road, there were streets that I never even walked on. Timmy Mopo exists until now. And that's the same thing what we do to ourselves. We buy these mansions and you don't even know what is going on in the upper room, 3 rooms or 5 rooms upstairs. You've never slept there. You've never been there at all. We actually go and buy big house. We have 2 dining rooms. And you don't even eat on dining tables. When was the last time I was on a dining table? I can't even remember. Maybe 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? There are some chairs in my living room that I've not even sat on in my life. I have this special place. I used to make fun of my dad. My dad, he bought himself a special seat in the living room, and that's his seat. Nobody must sit there. And I just noticed that even me, myself, I always sit on one side of the couch. A couch that I could hold about 4 people. I'm sitting on one side of that couch. I don't sit in all of the chairs. At the end of the day, I'm looking at myself, so what is the essence of all of these dining tables, 2 living rooms, and all that stuff that we're accumulating all around? And we're looking for peace. And a part of peace is for you to be able to save your money. I've said this many times. In America here, I don't know, maybe anybody is experiencing this. Do you see yourself every day? You wake up in the morning and you rush into the shower and you take a bath and you get dressed up and you jump in your car and drive for like 40 minutes or 50 minutes or 30 minutes to go to work. and you'll be at work from 7 o'clock all the way to like 4 or 5 in the evening. And then you drive all the way home, and then you sleep quickly, and then you wake up again and do the same thing throughout the whole month. And then they give you your salary, and your salary is probably like around 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. And on the 28th of the month, you are looking at your bank account is green, and you love the number you're seeing there. But you see, on the 1st of the month, you just quickly notice that your bank account is going down. Mortgage company took their own. Insurance company took their own. Telephone bills paid. Internet paid. Life insurance, boom. Medical insurance, bill. Electricity company, psh, water bill, psh, gas bill, psh, and then car note, car insurance. And they start withdrawing, and now you are left with zero. And then this is zero again. And then you start again. And then you jump in the shower. And then you drive over. And then and then you come back. And you don't have any life. You can't even do nothing. You can't go anywhere. The issue is that the mortgage must be paid. I can't take a break. If I take a break, I won't be able to make money. Because over here we are paid hourly. If I miss job, that means I'm not going to be paid. It's not salary and all that. And you go all around the same way. Somebody said, isn't that what being an adult is? No. That's why you are not smart. To be smart means that instead of you buying a mortgage of $6,000 a month, you get a mortgage of $1,500, $2,000. That at the end of the month, out of your $6,000 or $7,000 or $10,000, you're still able to save about $5,000 or $4,000 out of it. So you're looking at it. That's going to give you joy. That will give you joy that you're working and you're seeing the result and the profit of that work you're doing. That you're not laboring in vain, that you could actually decide not to go to work in the next 1 month and tell yourself, I'm going on vacation. There is money in the bank for you to go on vacation and to still pay mortgage even though you are not working. That is the American dream. That's the way it should be. But once you start proving a point, once you start showcasing yourself to be this Mr. Money, by purchasing all these big things and all kinds of stuff, because you are comparing yourself with a medical doctor who is a specialist making almost $50,000 and $15,000. And you're doing the same thing that particular doctor is doing. It's unwise. So you do something that will give you the peace. You don't want to compete with anybody. You do what will give you peace. And what's going to give you peace is for you to have a little expenses, and then you have savings, and you're able to look at the money growing in your savings account, and you do investment, you do this, and you are able to now take 3,000 out of your savings account and go to Cancun, and go to Mexico, and go to Australia, and go to France, and go places for you to be able to enjoy with yourself and your family without thinking about bills. That is the American dream. Once you start thinking about, you're on vacation and you're already thinking about bills. You're on vacation and you're saying, oh my God, how do I pay mortgage? How do I do this? You, this woman, you brought me here. Now you see, I can't pay bills now. We need money for bill. We need money for that. It means you are still living paycheck by paycheck. Once you are living paycheck by paycheck, it's not wise. You will labor and run, and the pressure of bills will kill you. And you're not going to look fine. You're going to look tired. You're going to look pale, and you're going to be slim, and you look worn out, because you are actually going to be walking yourself to the bones. You don't owe anybody any explanation. Oh, you have been in America for 20 years. Why are you still living in an apartment? Nobody's going to even ask you that, because when they see your life, they're not going to ask you why you live in an apartment. They're not going to ask you why did you buy a bungalow. They won't ask you. They will never ask you. All of that, never ask you. All right? Because they see your life is beautiful. Your children are going to the best school. You're paying for the school. You're paying their college fund. They're not collecting loans from banks. Student loan or whatever. they're not. So they see your life, they look at your life is beautiful. You're wearing what you like, you know. You wear what you like. You have money to go on vacation. Now, let me tell you something. The moment you're able to eat what you like, rest and sleep anytime you want to sleep, take a nap during the day, travel the world, eat somewhere here and do something there, and they're seeing all that stuff on your social media. It's in Australia right now, it's in France, tomorrow is this. You're living the best of the best life. Nobody's going to ask you questions. Please talk about to get out of it if you are already in that mess. Yes, ma'am. And that was where I started from. I started from that side. And I said, it's not a crime to downgrade. It's not a crime at all to downgrade. Now listen, if you really want to listen to this, majority of us, we always want to go by what people will say. What people will say. In the first place, you actually bought the mortgage because of what people will say. I've been here for too long. I have not achieved anything. I want to show them that I've achieved. That's the reason why you got yourself into that situation in the first place. I want to prove a point. I want to show them. I want to show them. That's why you did that. Because when you were signing the mortgage, they were telling you your monthly is going to be 6,000, and you look at your salary, you say, maybe I will still have $500 left after I pay this mortgage. Then let's just do it. You didn't think about in case you lose your job. You didn't think about in case business didn't work right. You didn't think about that. So you just kind of like, I just want to show them. So now you collected the mortgage, you collected the big car, you collected everything and all that stuff. Now, the second thing that will now actually hit you is that if I'm now interested in downgrading, my God, what will people say? Ṣé wọ́n ní sọ pé ó ti tán fún mi? Ṣé wọ́n ní sọ pé ó ti dẹnu arinlẹ̀? Ó mà ti move kó nu mansion yẹn. Ó mà ti move lọ sí ilé kúnkúlú kan báyìí. Ó mà ti ṣe. And then that stuff will now start biting you in the head because now you believe in the validation of people. You believe in people, what they say, what would they say, what would they say. And that's what's keeping a lot of people inside abusive relationships today. It's about what people will say, what the church will say, what the family will say, and all that. They have forgotten about their own mental health. And likewise yourself, you've forgotten about your mental health. Because everything you're doing for yourself, not for them. Because you think you want to impress them. They are not impressed, ladies and gentlemen. They can never be impressed. Go and buy the biggest house in the whole world. Invite people to come there for party. They will come. They will still have something to say. And some of them will say, kí ló rà gan? Ilé àbẹ̀rẹ̀ wo ló rà gan? Ṣebí gbèsè náà ló jẹ. Àmà tó rí ibi tó máa já sí. And stuff. They will say that. Those are the people that you are actually inviting to come. They don't like you. You think they like you. They are not happy with your success. They don't care. And so at the end of the day, they only come to your house one time and they will never come again at all. And then you are back to square one. So it is just only you that is living in the same house and going and you are paying from your nosaries. So downgrading is actually very important. Now, let's start from the car. If you buy a car and you feel like this car is a burden, I'm paying like $1,500 a month on a Range Rover and the insurance is like about $700, I don't think I will want to drive this car anymore. The opportunity is there for you to take that car back to the dealership and drop it off. And drop it off there. And then collect a Toyota Camry. All right? Or collect Hyundai. And then the Hyundai or Toyota Camry is going to fall between $350 and $400 every month. That's what you drive. If anybody should ask you, where's your Range Rover? I took it back. Oh, why? I just don't feel like I like it. Actually, you don't want to respond, you don't have to respond. You don't have to lie and say, oh, it's at the shop. You don't have to lie and say something else. Just tell them frankly, this is what happened. I don't feel like good. Actually keep it anymore. That's the first time. Even with a house. Buying a house is simple, and selling a house is simple too. Or you can decide to convert that house to Airbnb. I'm taking you there right now. Now, you can decide and say, okay, I'm going to convert this house, this big house, into a money-making business. So I'm going to furnish it. I'm going to do whatever it is to make it work. So I'll convert this mansion into Airbnb. So you go to the apartment, rent a space there, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment for $2,000 or $1,500. It depends on the kind of apartment you want to be. And then you live there. Now, the Airbnb is going to pay the mortgage of that big house, the mansion. And at the same time, that Airbnb will pay your rent in the apartment also. Are you getting it? And that same Airbnb will pay your car note at the same time. So you are using that Airbnb as a business to generate money, and then you can live without expenses. So your salary will only be sitting down in your bank account, and you're looking at it like this because your mortgage is being paid through the Airbnb. It all depends on where your house is situated anyway. All right. Your mortgage is being paid by the Airbnb. Your car note is paid by the Airbnb, and your new apartment is paid by the Airbnb. So that Airbnb is actually funding you, and your salary is actually sitting in your bank account. And then you don't have to work double shift anymore. You don't have to work 2 shift, 12-hour shift or whatsoever. 40 hours a week is enough for you. And you'll take a break and say, I'm going on vacation, because you understand that the Airbnb will take care of the business for you. If you want to run the Airbnb by yourself, you can do it. If you want to give it to someone to do it for you, there are people, they handle Airbnb. You get your money directly. They handle it for you. They clean the place up. They put new bed sheet. They put everything, and the money will come to you. Pay for your rent in the apartment and pay for your car note. And in 30 years, that Airbnb becomes your home. You are only going to be paying property tax on that stuff. So you can decide to now say, okay, maybe now I can move into my mansion again, or you can decide to sell it off and say, you know what, let me buy a newer house. Okay. And that time, the Airbnb stuff already paid for the mortgage. And when you sell it, you get maybe like $1.5 million out of that stuff. You can go ahead and buy something else that you need. Or even that your salary that you're accumulating somewhere, you could decide to now buy a smaller house. So instead of you staying in the apartment, you can now go and stay in the smaller house that the mortgage is way, way lesser even than the apartment complex, or almost the same thing. And then the Airbnb will still be paying for that one. And your down payment is coming from your saved salary. And then you're living free. So your life will be meaningful. You have so much peace. There's no pressure coming to you. You're not running after anybody. Anybody's not running after you whatsoever. I wouldn't advise you to rent the mansion out. Because see, if you want to rent a mansion out, mansion out, there's nobody that wants to pay you $10,000 per month for a mansion. If somebody is having $10,000 to pay for a mansion, they're going to buy their own house by themselves. They're not going to rent. So if you say for rent, that house is going to sit down there empty, and you're going to continue paying the mortgage. So you're going to be paying double mortgage. Double rent. You're going to be paying rent, and then you're going to be doing that. And as well, you could sell it also. I understand that. So, and then you totally sell it and get it out of the way, collect your equity, and keep living in your apartment and be living your life. And you'll be fine. But I always subscribe to the Airbnb because it's a money-making business. So you're using the house. So instead of you working for the house will work for you and give you money. The realtors are not going to tell you this because realtors want to make money. They're going to tell you buy your first house, buy your second house, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And then you will just actually run into it. And then we always want to use buying a house as more like, we use it more like a competition. Our own family, we just bought our own house too. We just bought our own house too. Then, those days they always tell us that buying a house is actually very good because you're not going to be paying mortgage for another person, that you'll be paying mortgage for yourself. Okay? But if you go and buy a mortgage that is actually way above yourself, you will be working for the house, and the house will not work for you. Secondly, even if you are paying the mortgage and you're about to sell the house later down the road, you might not really get what you think you're going to get from that house. It all depends on the market value of that house at that time. And then it's possible for something else to have happened, and that your street or your location is no longer making the kind of money that you think it's going to be making. And now the bank, they're going to collect their own money, and the little tertiary that will actually touch your finger is not equal to the mortgage you paid for all the 20 years you lived there. And you now see that, okay, so the money that I'm getting is just ordinary, so it's not even equal to the mortgage I paid. Just imagine somebody paying $10,000 a month on a house, and you pay $10,000 every month for 12 months, and that's 120,000, I believe, 120,000 just for a year, and then you decide to sell the house, and the equity on that house is just only 50,000, and that's how much you're gonna get. How much you get. So you're not getting 120,000. You only get the equity, which may be $50,000, and that's what will actually come to you. So tell me how you're actually investing money inside of a house. You're not. It all depends. Some people may be lucky. Some people may not be lucky. But you don't want to put pressure on yourself. If you finish paying the mortgage of your house, some people are not wise. You always want to go and pay $2,000, $3,000 towards the principal. You want to bring it down. You want to bring it. No. You don't want to do that. You see, that $2,000 extra that you're having, save it in your bank account. You don't have to pay down your mortgage for any reason. That $2,000 that you're putting into it, save it into another bank account and use it to live your life. Use that stuff to live your life. Don't care about mortgage. Don't worry about that mortgage. You're living in the house already. You are managing yourself. You are paying the bills and all kinds of stuff. That extra $2,000, put it in your bank account. Use that money to live your life. Iku odojo, arun odoshu, lubu babalaru, abikinongbeno, don't defer. That stuff is that we don't know tomorrow. It is what you eat now that will be yours today. Later down the road. You see, that $2,000 you're actually keeping, you use it to enjoy your life. Take a break when you need to take a break. You see all the black Americans and the white Americans in your company. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't see them. And you ask yourself, where are they? They've gone on vacation. Where? To France. And then they will not tell you to do their work for them. So you will be jumping around doing the work of those guys who are actually enjoying themselves in France. And then they'll send pictures to you. And you think they're stupid. They're not stupid at all. You always make sure that it takes time to rest and relax, to go back to kind of like rejuvenate. All right? And they take stress away from themselves. They push the stress away. They turn their phones off, just for them to leave just a little time and then come back again and face the music. But what are you doing? You are accumulating this thing and it's making you walk. But don't forget, your mortgage is not as important as your kids' school fees. You're not important as the college fund for your children. Let me not lie to you. Ọjọ́ alẹ́ nìyẹn. Ọjọ́ alẹ́ ò làwọn ọmọ yẹn. Tí àwọn ọmọ ò bá ṣe dáadáa, àwọn èèyàn á fi ẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́. Wọn ò ní kí àìlè tó ra. Wọ́n máa ní olòṣì. Ó fowó ra lé kò kọ́ ọmọ. Ó ra àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ń rìn gbòòrò káàkiri, wọn rí bá ti ṣe wọn rọ́nà gbégbá. Look at the children. Wọ́n fún yàn lóyún káàkiri. Look at the children. Ọmọ ọdún 15 start to gboyún. Ọmọ 20 gboyún láì ṣe marriage. Look at them. They will use that same thing to insult you. They are not going to look at the magnitude of your house, how big it is. They're not going to look at your Range Rover, how beautiful your Range Rover is. It is your children that they're going to see. And they will say, your motako. And that's why it's possible. It's very, very important. You see that $2,000 you think you want to use to pay down mortgage, you save that money inside of a mutual fund account. At the end of the year, they double your money. The mutual fund account is so good that when you put $10,000 there, at the end of the year, you just see $20,000 there. $20,000 there. Somebody is saying, Pastor Shola, we can't really blame parents on how kids turn out, though. They can only do their best. No, ma. Omodudu, no, ma. Your children are you. It is you that they watch. As they're growing up, they're seeing you. And I said this before. You see, majority of our women today who are single mothers, their daughters are looking at them. They are training their daughters to be strong women. Because those daughters, they're only looking at mommy working, mommy going here, mommy going there, mommy paying bills, mommy standing for us, mommy doing this. Their mothers are not training them to be a wife. That is why they don't know how to be in relationship. They know how to be in school and get high grades. They know how to get a job and become executive, whatever. They know how to be a professional. They know how to make money. They know how to speak English. They know how to do fashion. But they don't know how to be a wife because their mother never showed them how to be a wife because their father wasn't around. So they didn't learn that part from their mothers. That's why they're where they are. A child. I went to my daughter's school sometimes ago. I'm not sure when. And one of the teachers asked me, "Kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ máa ń sọ fún àwọn ọmọ yìí nílé?" Pé wọ́n wà very brilliant and they are well cultured and very respectful. And I told the teacher, it's Nigerian kids. They see their parents the way they live. Oh. They watch us the way we talk. They watch us the way we act. And that's what they're learning. Regardless of what they learn in school, that particular inbuilt whatever is there. Àwọn ọmọ wa gbọ́dọ̀ wà intentional about them. Ohun tó bá fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ ẹ dà lọ́jọ́ iwájú láti ìsìn ló gbọ́dọ̀ máa fi sínú ẹ̀. Don't leave ọmọ kò dàgbà jù lọ́wọ́ ìyá ẹ o. Ọmọ kò dàgbà jù lọ́wọ́ bàbá ẹ o. Kò sọ́mọ tá a lè bá wí o. A lè má lè nà wọ́n lẹ́gbàá o. Ṣùgbọ́n o lè gbé wọn jókòó kó bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. You see, ọ̀rọ̀ ojoojúmọ́ tá à ń bá wọn sọ. You are actually planting a seed inside of them. Ọ̀rọ̀ ojoojúmọ́ tá à ń sọ yẹn. You're planting a seed. You come and sit with me. My dear, how are you? Is everything all right? Yes, mom. You know you cannot insult adults, elderly people. You know you have to be polite. You know you have to be respectful. You know you have to ask questions. You know you have to do this. All those little things, we are actually helping them to form a character. Yeah? And that's what they're going to be. Even though a time will come that they're going to actually deviate, because that's part of life. But no matter how they have deviated, they would definitely come back to this same line. I remember myself, my mother would, it took us to church every time. Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ìwọ ń ṣe o. Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ìwọ ń ṣe o. I went to school, joined ẹgbẹ́ ẹyẹ, and I went there, I did all kinds of nonsense I got to do. It was a very beautiful life. But as I was there, I was telling myself, I don't belong here. Something was telling me, because my mother planted a seed in me. It planted a seed in me. And every time I'm there, I tell myself, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. This is not where I belong. There's something in me that's always telling me that thing. And it was because of the voice of my mom. Because of the voice of my mom. I'll hear the voice of my mom in my heart, in my mind. And always tell me, no. No. I will not watch better TikTok love tonight. You don't understand? You say, no, I know, yeah. Not your many tea wash it. Oh, bami dagba doni. I wash plates. I clean. I help with the kids. I did everything. It wasn't because I wanted to. It was because of the training my mother gave to us, my dad gave to us. I witnessed my mom and dad together. They were together until they died. I told myself also, I'm going to be with my wife until I die. Because I learned that from them. I watched them, the way they act, the way they do things. Bọ́mọkùnrin ṣe ń wo ọwọ́ bàbá rẹ̀. Bọ́mọbìnrin ṣe ń wo ojú ìyá rẹ̀. Lémi wo Jésù títí ó fi dá mi lọ́lá. Mo wojú rẹ̀. You see, the kids are watching you. Your boys are you as a man or as a woman. If you raise a boy child as a single mother, don't raise a CCO. Don't raise a CCO. Don't let your boy child start behaving like a woman. I'm telling you, okay? You're a single mother, but you have son. Your son must be a man. Your son cannot be a CC. Your son cannot be putting makeup on his face because that's you, he's seeing. Your son cannot be dressing like a girl because you are the one she's seeing. Your boy cannot be having these gestures of a female because you are the one he's looking at. All right? So you have to be intentional about training and raising your son as a man. My dear pussy, late mo sọ yìí. Late mo sọ yìí lágbára. Ìgbọ́dọ̀ má jẹ apple sí late mo sọ yìí. Mo di apple sí. Ó wà crunchy. Don't raise Bobrisky. Bookie kan jẹ banana. Mo di apple o. You know what I'm saying? Don't raise the CCO. You know? Prince, how are you? Like Adam and Eve. Apple kan ní Adam and Eve jẹ bàbá. Apostle apple kan náà jẹ. Ó kọ apple síbẹ̀. Bible kọ apple síbẹ̀. Fruit ló sọ. I want a piece only. You want a piece of my apple? Come and get it now. Ẹnìkan kan tó jẹ carrot bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn kan tó jẹ carrot sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ. Ṣé omi tútù wà ní abẹ́? Omi tútù mẹ́bí is there. Omi tútù wà níbi ìwọlé tó bomi náà sórí ẹ̀. Mo tún bomi tútù sí o. Wà mí o. You know? See, you see? You see what I'm saying? So the issue here is we have to be very, very careful, you know. So our children will want peace, you know, in that journey of finding peace. It's not the peace of today. It's not a peace of now. Thank you for the gifts, guys. It's not about the peace of now that we're looking for. We're looking for everlasting peace. So in the pursuit of everlasting peace, you have to be at peace with your wife. Be at peace with your husbands. Understand. I think a lot. See, Moby, thank you very much. I think a lot. You see, the peace you're looking for in marriage, ìwọ ló lè ṣe, ìwọ ló kàn. Ó láti ganu sí ni kó ganu sí peace ni o. Tó bá ti lè ganu sí peace kò lè wá. Bí ẹni tó fẹ́ mú yàn ni o, wàá gbẹ́nu sí ni o. Wàá máa fà fínfínfín. You want to have peace in marriage, you learn that way of peace. Fẹ́yàwó tó dáa tó máa láàánú ẹ lójú. Fẹ́ ọkọ tó máa láàánú ẹ lójú tá a ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́. The kind of husband you must have is the one that will have so much empathy, so much love. The kind of wife will be so much love, so much respect for you. And don't damage them. Má fi wà burúkú ẹ̀ damage wọn. Torí ọjọ́ ń bọ̀ lólúwa wí o. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin tíyàwó wọn ti kọ̀ wọ́n sílẹ̀, ojú wọn ń ráre o. Wọ́n ń ráre o. Ìyàwó ti kọ̀ wọ́n sílẹ̀ o. Wọ́n ń ráre o. Wọ́n ń ráre o. Àpẹ́ nìkan fẹ́ wá sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò mi. Wọ́n ń ráre, ojú wọn ń ráre. Hello, you want to say something here?
Good evening, sir. Good morning, sir. It's already
Good
morning.
evening, good morning, good afternoon. You want
It's
to say
already
something?
morning. Sir. It's like I'm trying to divert the topic. I'm very sorry, but I just want to ask just a question, please. I don't know if you can enlighten me how to make friends with somebody who is depressed, or how could somebody make friend with someone who is depressed? But I don't know if you can say it today or another day. That is, I'm trying to reach you, but I'm just opportunity to see you this evening.
Okay. Who is the person that is depressed? You know the person, have you?
Yes.
Are you a therapist?
No, no, no. I just
Okay.
want to get information how to make friend, how
Don't
to
don't make
make
friend with
friend
the
with the
person.
person.
Don't make friend with the person.
Okay.
Do you remember they say hurt people hurt people?
No.
You don't know. Damage people
No.
damage people.
Okay.
You have to be a professional to be able to help somebody who is damaged.
Okay.
So that the end of the day is not going to rub on you. Let me tell you my experience. I started getting depressed about I started entering into depression about 5 years ago. Why? Because I can't tell people, mostly women, and they cry, and I cry with them. And when they share their stories are always very terrible. So I always feel them. I feel them. I feel them. I put myself in their shoes. And in my journey of trying to help them out, I found myself getting depressed at night. That their stories will start coming back to me. And when it's coming back to me, I'll start hearing voices in my head. And I get so depressed, I'll lock myself up in the bathroom for hours. I had to go and see a therapist. And it was a journey. And I'm still inside of that journey till now. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So if you are not a professional, you don't want to mess with it. You can actually be a friend of these people at a distance that you actually suggest them seeing a therapist or probably dropping them off there, giving them moral support. But you cannot help them if you are not a professional. Because when they sit you down, I don't know, probably you've sat down with that person before.
Yes,
When they
yes. I
start
just
talking, when they start
Present,
talking
I
to you,
just volunteered to be going there because it's my neighbor.
yeah,
But now it's here now in the hospital. Somebody gave me the address.
yeah,
So I said, okay, let me go and share up. So I meet with the doctor. The doctor asked me,
yeah,
can I be coming to be talking with her? I said
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, but
You see, that person is already under
I don't
treatment.
know if it's good for me.
The person's under treatment already. But even
Yes,
you have to be careful because when they start telling you stories, the story they're telling you is going to start mixing with you. See, let me not lie to you. Women listen to things too much. And by the time they listen, they start acting like that. And if your heart is not that strong enough to be able to bounce things off of you and repel things, you're going to allow it to mix with yourself also. And you might actually end up in depression also. And you don't want that at all. So if you're capable of doing it, I'm not saying don't. But I always tell people not to try it because you don't even know yourself. You don't know your own heart. You don't know how you're going to react to all of these things because it's painful and it's dangerous at the same time. My own years of experience of counseling people, I've counseled over 47,000 people. And a therapist friend of mine told me he had to shut his business down for 12 months just to treat himself also. All right? And then you
okay,
go
what
to
is the meaning of she like talking to that is they said she like talking to they want him to be talking to somebody to be
yeah,
for it to be crying she just need to
yeah.
be
You just have to talk to
talking
somebody.
but if I can able to be listening for she to talk and talk and talk till
Yeah, you're not
she's
listening. You're
tired
not
and
listening
I
to
can
me.
go.
You're not listening to me. I'm not saying don't do it, but you yourself, are
Okay.
you in the right state of mind to do it? That's the question. You know, a lot of people want to support, help other people, but it's possible for them not to be in the right state of mind to do that. It's just like a divorcee. Let me give you an example. A divorcee that went through a bad divorce and still nursing that bitterness. And then you now say, okay, she should be talking to or counseling people who are in a relationship. Do you know what she's going to do to those people? She will damage their life. She's going to damage their own lives because she's going to be talking to them based on her own experience.
Yes.
And I have them, a lot of them on my page on IG. On my page on IG, once you tell a story to them, they are not listening to the story. They are not reading the story correctly. They only see that one guy actually scammed a woman. Wow. The moment they hear a guy scam the woman, that's the only thing they're going to hold on to. And then they start using their own life to judge that situation and destroy a lot of things without even reading the story to the end of it. And they just do because they still carry the bitterness in them. You see, anybody who is
Yes.
depressed, all right, they're depressed already. All right, they want to talk to somebody, and you are actually that kind of person that your heart is open. You see, when you go to therapy with Americans, they will treat your case just like as if to say you are a nobody because they don't want your situation to rub on them. They listen, but they just tell you your next appointment is next week, and then you come back again. Unlike me, I want to cry with you. I want to listen to your story for 3 hours, and then gradually I started damaging my mental health by myself, unknowingly. Yeah, unknowingly. I
Because
started.
in 2017, me too also experienced it. So they just bring it to me. I say, okay, let me go and help her just the way I also were being helped too, so that she will not be lonely because they collected one of her child, the
Yeah,
only child. So when my neighbor called me and said, look at what is happening to their sister, I say, that is very easy. I have experience just, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a no, but I said, okay, let me go and use my little experience that I also experienced. Just the way people were also telling me. That was how I volunteer. But the other day, about 5 days ago, I saw you, but you were in another topic. I said, no, I cannot bring it now. When I have, thank God, I say, okay, let me just see it now. But the way you said it is very
yeah.
clear
Talk to
that
me.
when you are a
Talk to me.
divorcee
Message me.
and you want to
Message
go
me.
and be a
Message me.
counselor of
Uh-uh.
married divorcee, so the thing
Yeah,
reflect my mind. Okay, I was once in
you
her
have
shoe
to.
now. I want to
You
go
have to
and
guide. You have to
volunteer
guide your own
to
self.
go and
Guide your
help her.
own
It's
heart.
difficult.
You have
Thank you,
to guide.
sir.
You have to guide your own self. Protect your own
See,
self. Don't put somebody else's issue on your head because you never know what could happen. Okay, you never know. Another thing is that you may think you are helping. It's possible for you to be actually burying them deeper and deeper into their depression. There are some statements you can never make around depressed people. You cannot tell the depressed people you are depressed. You cannot. And everything they say, you must agree to it. And if you don't
yes,
understand it, you're not well trained about it, it's possible for you to
no,
actually be that trigger that will actually trigger the depression all the time. And they are going to continue to sink. And you don't want that to happen to them. So message me after, and
okay, sir.
probably I'll
Thank you
ask you a
very
few
much.
questions and
Thank you,
then
sir.
we
God
can maybe
bless you.
help you. Okay? Thank you, madam. So, as I was saying, we have to be very careful in marriage. Be careful. Don't damage your spouse. Don't damage them. And I always say this. I don't know. Probably you guys have heard me say this before. Is that you marrying a woman? You leaning down and saying, "Will you marry me?" It means you have studied a woman. You know she's a very good person. That's why you made up your mind that you're gonna marry that person. And now, 5 years, 10 years in the marriage, you're turning around and saying she's a bad woman. She's a bad woman. She's always nagging. She's always asking questions. She's always crying. She's always attacking me and stuff. Now, something happened between the day of marriage and the 5th year that you have not shared with us yet, because it's possible that you damaged that woman after marriage because she was good. I didn't mean she was bad. You wouldn't have said, "Will you marry me?" You ask her, "Will you marry me?" because you found out that she's good. And this is the kind of person you want to be with. This is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. That was why you asked her to marry you. But you damaged her. Number one, you could damage her because you are verbally abusive. You see, verbal abuse actually will make a woman go crazy. A woman always listens to words. It's about what they hear, what you're saying. And the only person that could actually mess them up with words is the person they're actually in love with. If a woman is in love with you and you are mean towards her and you are abusive towards her, that would damage her big time. Somebody else may say those things and she might not even check it out 2 times. Her father may say it and she might not check it out 2 times. But you that she is in love with, once you say those things, you will be the one to damage her the most. And now she's damaged, she's broken, and you are not ready to fix her. And she's now showing you signs of these things. And now you are condemning her. And then you are talking bad about her in the society. And you're reporting her to everybody. You are damaging her the more. are messing with her mental health already. She's asking questions because she's lost. She want to know more about you. She want to know what you're doing. She want to know what's the plan. You are supposed to be the leader of the family. But she's in the dark. She doesn't know anything because men always say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. And women always want to know, where is the bridge? How long is the bridge? How far is the bridge? What's on the other side of the bridge? And all of that stuff, they want to know that. They want to be assured. They need insurance and assurance. They want to plan. They want to see ahead of time. All right? Because whatever it is that you're doing, it's not just only going to affect you, it's going to affect them and will affect the children. So they must know. You must carry them along. But when you are this man that is always kind of like a dictator, you just got back from work, you brought a brand new car without discussing it. But we're supposed to discuss our finance before you start buying a new car. Do we have money? Our kids are growing, they're almost 18. They need to go to college. Why buy a new car? Why can't we just manage the one we had before? Then you now turn that woman into a witch. Oh, she's looking for my downfall. She doesn't want me to shine. Oh, but it's actually very logical for us to sit down and plan and think and say, do we have enough money? Can we afford it right now? No, yes, and all kinds of stuff. And then the two of you are supposed to agree on whatever it is you want to do. But now you refuse to do that. Number two is that you're putting your mother on top of her. And that's going to mess her up. She's going to react. And you say, oh, why is she reacting? Why is she doing this? Yes, she will react. She's supposed to be you. She's supposed to be part of you. But now you have separated her and pushed her on the side, and she's a person over there, and you are a different person here with your mother on your side, and all kinds of your uncle on your side, your brothers on your side, your sister on your side, everybody on your side. And she's the only one that is alone over there to fight for herself. You are not fighting for her. You're not protecting her. You're not doing nothing. You're always pushing her under the bus whenever your families are around. When your families are around, she's a nobody. Okay? And how do you want her to cope with that? She's always thinking. And now she's withdrawing from the society. She's getting depressed. And now she talks a lot and she's asking questions a lot because she's trying to fight something in her mind. But you now label her to be a witch, label her to be a dangerous person. You refuse to protect her. You refuse to supply her need. You just use her as a sex machine and all kinds of stuff. And when she rejects you, you start shouting all around, I'm going to divorce you, I'm going to have a girlfriend, I'm going to do this. You are not sensitive to her own need. You are not sensitive to her mental health. You are not. So you are damaging her. You are not actually writing a letter to peace. You are writing a letter to disaster. Right there. As we are finding peace, we must understand that you must be your brother's keeper. You must love your wife the way you love yourself. And you must protect her anywhere, in front of your friends, your family, everybody. You must stand with her all the time. Likewise, a woman must do the same for the husband too. All right? And that's the way marriage will work. That's where peace comes from. When we stand by each other, support each other, love each other, and most important, respect each other. Respect is not just only for men. Men always say, oh, respect me, I want respect. Yeah, women want respect too. You don't respect a woman, you don't get respected. It's a give and take thing. It's what you do that you get. That's why the Bible says whatever a man sows, that's what he reaps. If you sow respect, you definitely get respect. If you sow love, you definitely get love. You cannot harvest what you refuse to sow. You can't water the ground expecting it to actually grow mango. You can't water the ground expecting it to grow orange tree. You have to plant the orange tree and water the ground and for the orange tree to grow for you. All right? So you're looking for peace in your marriage, and it's actually a difficult thing to explain how God planned this stuff. That you will see that women at old age are still stronger than men. A day is coming that your wife is going to be stronger than you. At that time, you want to rely on her, and it's possible for payback time to come at that time. But you don't want payback time. You want that love to continue. You want to continue to love her. You want her to continue to love you. I always make reference to Olu Jacobs because that's actually one example that we need to look at and we see all the time. Olu Jacob is actually a old man right now and he's a vegetable right now. He couldn't recognize people, couldn't do nothing for himself. But the wife, that beautiful wife, is still there with him. Which means that man must have done well, must have given that woman respect, must have shown that woman love. And that woman is actually reciprocating right now, standing with him at this moment. You see, men, you don't want to let your ego mess you up. You might be strong right now, doesn't mean you're going to be strong the rest of your life. You're going to need the help of your wife. The help of your wife to feed you, to take you to bed, to clothe you, to wash you, to give you a bath, to do all manners of things for you. And that's why you sow that love right now. And then that's why you sow respect right now. So when the time will come, that woman is going to become a yele. Yoruba people will say, yele ki boni leje, ko boni lemu. Toba dojo kuko yeri. That is a yele for you. And if you are the one that is actually in that position as a man also, you yourself will do likewise. You will stand with her just like the way she will stand with you if you are the one that is weak. And that's why the Bible says, the two is better than one. When one is weak, the strong one will carry the weak. All right? So one person will always get weak at a time, but you will always have that partner that will always stand for you. Finding peace, a lot of things you got to do in a relationship. There are principles you must follow, and those are the things I'm giving out to people, when they sign up for counseling with me. And then the next thing is that you have to find peace with your kids. Find peace with kids. You as a father, you must understand that you are very important to your children. I'm not sure if you know it. When kids are young, they're babies, the very first word that will come out of their mouth is dada. It's dada. Dada. Very, very important, because you are the one that produced the sperm. You are the one that produced the sperm, that fertilized the egg. And you are very important in the life of those children. Your name will be called first. And they'll wait for you by the window all the time. Every day of the week and weekends, they will wait by the window expecting your car to come into the driveway, and they will rush to the door to meet you. Every time. Every time. You look at the face of those angels. You don't want to abandon them. You look at the face of those beautiful kids, innocent kids, and they're displaying their joy, authentic joy. And that's what they're displaying. You don't want to abandon them. You don't want to walk away from them. It's possible for your marriage not to work, but see, parenting must work. You don't just walk away because you are hungry. Don't just abandon your children for the sake of parties or friends and stuff. Those kids are expecting you to come home every day, and they'll wait by the window every time. Anytime, any day, they will, including the boys also. They wait for their dad. The girls, they wait for their dad. And it's a beautiful thing for you to see your own kid, the babies that comes from you, and you see them behave like you. It should gladden your heart that you want to train them. You want to make them a better fashion of you. You know exactly all the nasty stuff you did, and the result of those things. You want to guide your children towards the right direction. You want to show them love. You want to love their mother and show them how to love other people and how other people should love you. You as a father, you are the boyfriend of your daughter. You as a father, you are the boyfriend of your daughter. She will learn to love through you. And she's not going to give herself away to nobody because you are there loving her. When you drop her off at school, you call her name and say, I love you. They go to school with it. They'll do well because they have been assured that there's somebody waiting that loves them dearly and is coming back to pick you up. They don't need anybody else to tell them, I love you. Daddy already said that. So they always depend on daddy's word. I love you. I love you. And you say the same thing to your son. Don't say because he's a man, as a boy, I won't say I love you. Always say that to a boy's child also. I love you. Call his name Kule. I love you. Say, I love you too, Dad. then you go. African men, we don't do that to our children. We don't even do it to our wives. African men, we don't do it. We don't do it to our children. We don't do it to our wives. Women are trying. They try a lot. They do that. But men, we don't. We need men to find that peace. You want your children to actually connect with you. You want to be their best friend. You want to be their mentor. You want to be their dad at the same time. So you need to understand your role. Because when you be a best friend, what really prophetic ministry? I don't know why you say what and really. Can you please break it down? You want to be in their lives. You want to mentor them. And you as a mother, you are the first girlfriend of your son. So you have to train them. You have to love them. You have to care for them. And as they're looking at you, they're looking at your eyes. They're learning something beautiful from you. Let me bring somebody in. Somebody wants to say something here. Let us bring Omodudu in. Hello.
Hi, Pastor. It's
How are
beautiful
you?
black Omo Odua.
Yeah. Omodua. Okay, I got you.
All right, so I just wanted to touch on the I love you part, right? Where you just said that parents should tell their children, like, I love you, everything, basically. The husband as well should tell their wives too, right? So I've been in a situation with a friend of mine that we were having a conversation, and I was telling this person too that don't you feel like it's normal for you to be telling like your girlfriend or your child, I love you? Like that should be a normal thing. It was like, no, I don't need to say it. I can show it, but I don't need to say it though. For me, I feel like African parents, Nigerian parents, they don't tell their children they love them. Especially like those ones that they're so traditional, they're so traditional. They have never said the word before. They rather just show it, show it by saying that I'm working hard for you, I'm providing for you, everything as well. But I grew up, my father tells me every second, I love you. Every phone call is always end with love you, love you. Every time I love you. I grew up with that anyway. So I knew what love was anyway, because even the fact that he says that to me, I feel like, yes, I feel loved by my father. But some people, they have never experienced it at all, because I can go back home to Nigeria. One person can tell you that they've never heard their father said love you before. Their father has never said that at all. So how do you want the people that grew up when their father has never said I love you? How do you want them to start telling their wife, I love you so much, like every single time? It doesn't even make sense. So for me, I feel like some of these men that we have right now, they have gone through some trauma as a child, from their parents as well, anyway, or what they've seen from their parents anyway. And they'll transfer all those things as well to their marriages. That's why therapy is so good, you
Yeah.
know.
That's therapy is
So
so good. I really appreciate this. Your point is a very good point. You see, I always follow one thing, and that is Tiaba Bini Oyeka Tuarawabi. I never heard my dad say I love you to my mom before. Never. I know they crack jokes and stuff, but I've never heard it. Who taught me how to say it? Nobody did. I picked it up. I listened to people say it. I think I loved it. And I said, yeah, apart from me showing love, I must to verbally, say it, so that you know that I mean it. And women always love that stuff. You have never said I love you to me. But I said it yesterday. But yesterday is not enough. It's a constant thing that you have to say. Every morning you wake up, you're going to work. All right, good night, darling. Love you. And go. You talk on the phone. Bye, love you. You send a text message. Bye, love you. And then you extend it to your children too and keep on moving. It must become a tradition in our homes, in our marriage. Because it's more of assuring you that I still love you. It's not something you say one time and you don't say it again. Some African men only say it whenever they want to have intimacy with their wives. They say it. They know how to say it. They say it to their girlfriends. They say it to their side chicks. They say it to them. but they don't say it at home. But we need to learn to do it. We can actually get to that point when we go for therapy. The therapist may teach us, or the counselor may teach us, the importance and the benefit of saying I love you, because it's assuring that person that I got you, assuring that person that I'm standing with you, assuring that person that I'm still here and you are still the only one. And stop. That's what that's what you're talking about. Okay, a lot of things that African men don't do at home. Whenever they have a black American girlfriend or a white American girlfriend, they do it over there. They do it over there. They say, I love you over there. They say it. They even say, I love you to their kid, to those kids of that woman there. They still say, I love you. But when they come home, when they are with the sisters here, that's why they don't do it. They do it when they're outside. So, but we need to bring it back home. And it's teaching and therapy and counseling that will be able to help our kids. But see, one thing I'm happy about is that the new generation, the young generation right now, they're actually getting it. They are already in that lane. It's only those ones that are 35, 40 above, that those ones are the problematic people. The 40, 45, 50, 60. Oh, God! What did you do? Come on! Sorry, guys. So those ones are those ones are the problematic people. Those 40 years old and above, they are the terrible people. They don't want to listen to nothing. They don't want to change. They just want to continue the same way they're going. That's what they want to do. It's a very terrible thing. And when we talk, they will never listen. They'll be arguing. They love to argue. I wasn't like this before. Something changed me. So everybody's supposed to go there and sit down and say, what are the things I must to change about me? What are the things that, things that are not right about my character, my behavior, that I must to attend to, all right, and work on? So we need to go back and reevaluate our lives. Audit yourself. Look at yourself in you finding peace. There are certain things we must to change from our culture that are not right. A lot of people will say, I'm a traditional African man. What stupid traditional African man are you? And you live in the US. Are you not seeing other men in America, what they do? Even if you are not in Africa, you are in America here. So you have to do what they're doing here. When you're in Rome, you behave like the Romans. When you're in Africa, you can do your African whatever you like over there. But you're in America, you're in Canada. You need to do the same thing they're doing here. And the kids over here, they are not as strong as African kids. The kids we give back to in Africa. These ones, they're already behaving like American kids already. They need that assurance. Even the wives, they need it. So we want to encourage the men out there. You see, therapy, like you mentioned, is very good. You didn't see anything. You didn't learn anything about this from your dad. You don't have to. You don't have to learn anything from your dad. You can actually learn something by yourself on your own. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Sir Pastor. Thank you so much. So, just before I go on, right, I've been following you since 2012 as well. I was 17, then I actually encountered you on Facebook, and I love the way you speak passionately. And my mom be like, "Why are you listening to all this?" My mom, she used to find it quite fascinating. I was so young, and I used to listen to you every time. But I love the way you speak passionately. And since then, I've been listening to you every single day. And I'm 27 now, so just...
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, just around that time. But I'm 27 now, and I still listen to you every single time. I just love the way you just talk about stuff.
That's why you're smart.
Yeah. And so what I was just going to say, is just that, so my ex-boyfriend, is white. My ex-boyfriend that I was with him when I was 17. Then we broke up. I was 23. But I remember that relationship though. He usually tell me every second, every phone call, love you, I love you so much. I love you so much. He always assured me that he loves me, basically, so though I do know that he loves me, but I do have that assurance that yes, because he's saying it to me, I feel so loved, right?
Yeah.
when we broke up, then I now went to date this Nigerian guy. And this Nigerian guy as well, he was born and raised in the UK, born and raised in the UK, but he's a Yoruba guy from a traditional family anyway. So I remember that he never says I love you, but I know that he loves me. I know for sure, but he never said it. But for me, I didn't like it because I grew up with my dad telling me every second I can call my dad right now and we have a phone call, and the next thing is I love you. Basically, by the end of the phone call, I grew up to that anyway. So I know that he loves me, but just that assurance, right? So one time I went to his house, yeah, and his mom was there and his dad was there. So his mom, they're very traditional. So I was having a conversation about, love and things like that, about maybe like, then we had a conversation about like maybe kissing, and the mom was there. And the mom was saying that even me, you see, me, I don't like kissing at all. My husband knows that I don't. See, my husband don't like kissing, and that's fine. But I know he loves me so much. So me, I was not trying to tell her that, well, but I mean, I love all this stuff, like, tell me that you love me. I like kisses, flowers. I love all these things. I said, that is nothing. That's not how you find a good man. A man that loves you is a man that will provide, that will give you action, that will say, like, so traditional. Oh my God. She was actually just pushing all the things that I was saying to the side. And she was actually telling our British son that, no, you buying flowers and being soft and doing this PDA and saying I love you is nothing. You need to just serve, just be a father, just be a husband, go to work and provide for the house. That's all you. I was so upset that day, like, God, oh yeah, can so but I was like, oh God Almighty, like, what the hell is this? So for me, what, like, I don't even think therapy can even solve some problem. I feel like it's cultural too.
That part of it is not therapy. That part
it's grooming from when they were actually younger.
Yeah, his counseling is gonna actually mean that, but it will take some time. It's the African man's ego, and they think once I say I love you, it's more like I'm giving my power away to a woman. It's going to reduce me. I'm not supposed to show affection. I'm not supposed to show that. So they kind of like want to kind of like hold it and say no. If his boss at work should ask him to say I love you, he will say it because he's being paid at work. If they ask him to always say good morning when you get to work, they definitely will say it. It's not like they can't say it, but they will not say it. They will not say I love you to you because they feel like they're giving away their power. I'm soft. Saying I love you means I'm soft. I don't want to be soft. I want to be this Mr. Macho, the macho man. But you know that I love you. I don't have to say it with words. I give you gift. When I give you gift, it's actually my way of saying I love you. The gift is okay if gift is your love language. But I love you, verbal I love you is assurance that truly I have something within me. I'm able to voice it out and tell you. And during the wedding time, they always say it during wedding. They will say, I love you. During the time they say, can you please read out your vow? They will say, oh, I love you. You are the only person that I care for. And I want to tell you, Tinuke, that I really love you from the bottom of my heart. Okay? When you are able to say I love you during the wedding, then continue to say I love you forever. But during the counseling, that's what we tell them. We let them understand what I love you, that word. I'm sorry, that word. What those words could do in the life of a woman. So we have a long way to go as Africans. We need to train people. Our kids must to hear it from us. When you say it to your wife and the kids are hearing it, it's going to be very easy for them to say it to other people too. It'll be easy for your kids to say it to their sisters and say it to their brothers and say it to you. And then when they grow up, it's not going to be difficult for them. It's not going to be difficult for them to say I love you to their spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatsoever. So the training is supposed to start from day one. Let them witness it. Let them see it. Majority of the African fathers, they are kind of like absentee fathers. Some of them are not home. They are still married, but they work too much Some of them live in Abuja, some live in whatever. The wife is only one taking care of the kids. So the kids never had "I love you" as they were growing up. They never. So it's a kind of a big issue right there that we, young people of today, must to change because the word "I love you" is very important. Very, very important. We cannot push it to the side. You must to show it, not just only indoor, you have to show it publicly. Public display of love is very important. Women love it. They want to hold your hand. They want to hold you by the shoulder. They want to do all kinds of stuff to you. I remember there was a time I was fighting with my wife, because she always loved to remove all this imaginary dirt out of me. I'm kind of like, there's nothing there, just stop touching it, but she will still be touching it because we are in the public and she just want to register that this is my own. So they want to remove something from you. You know what I'm saying? Just to show people that I'm the one that owns this guy. And likewise, women always love it when you say "I love you." To them publicly display the love, walk the love. And that's what makes marriage beautiful. That's what makes relationship beautiful. And that's what we call the gas of relationship. It will keep you guys going. Once you are able to verbally say "I love you" to each other, you always remember it. It will stick to you. Like it's going to stick to your kids. When they go to school and you say "I love you" to them, it will stick to them. They know mommy loved me. They know daddy loved me. No matter what happened, I'm not going to lie to her. I'm not going to lie to him because he's always saying "I love you." So that's what they take to school and they're going to do well. And you see, when your daughter is getting older, getting towards the age of 18, she'll start blossoming. And at that point in time, all these wicked brothers on the street will start seeing her. And that's when they wanted to have a taste of her. But she doesn't need them because she's able to talk to daddy at home because daddy always say "I love you." And that's my boyfriend right there. So I don't need any other person to tell me "I love you." Nobody can trick her and pull her to the side anymore. She doesn't need them to tell her "I love you." Daddy's always saying that. So they won't fall into the pit of all these men on the street at all because they'll be strong. But lack of that will make them to actually search for it somewhere else. They'll fall into the hands of wrong people because those ones are going to say "I love you." And they're going to actually feel it. That, wow, you do love me? Yeah, I do. And that's it. And before you get to know it, they go towards that direction. And those guys will devour them and mess their lives up before daddy will realize that he has messed up. So it is right now daddy must be messed up. You must not mess up as a father. And this is the time that you have to establish the kind of love that you want your daughter to follow into her. You will see that ladies who had relationship with their dads, they just don't marry anything. They don't just marry anything. There's a standard. They want to keep the standard of daddy's love. They want to keep it. That's what they want to keep. And they look at their dad, the way their dad is treating their mother. Some of them will say, "I want to marry someone like my dad. I want to marry someone like my dad." And some ladies will say, "I don't want to get married though. My dad and my mom are like crazy people. If that's how marriage is, I don't want to get married." And then they run away from marriage. But when you are in actually a good relationship, in a good family, you see the dad, the mom present, and they're doing well. Some people are not even married, they're divorced, but daddy is always coming around to pick them up and still tell them "I love them." And daddy and mommy, even though they are ex, they still sit down by the round table and still talk about the welfare of the kids. And it's a beautiful thing. It's just, marriage didn't just work for us, but we can still be friends and we can actually co-parent and make sure that we direct our kids to the right direction. We have to be intentional about that one. It's not about bitterness. You left me, you abandoned me, you dumped me. And that's if the man is willing and if the woman is willing. If they are not both willing, then there is always going to be a problem. The kids are going to gravitate towards one side and then they leave the other side. But you see, a single mother cannot raise a real man. A real man can only be raised by another man. So we have to find someone that will be a mentor to our sons so that they will grow up to be a real man. They won't be a sissy when they grow up. It's very important. A lot of single mothers are doing a good job. They're trying their best to actually raise their children to be better, to be the best. All right. But they have to put more effort into it because for a boy, it's actually a little bit challenging. Very, very challenging to train them. All right. So, guys, I will leave you guys alone. Thank you very much, my sister, for coming to share your story with us and ask your questions. Really appreciate that. And I want to thank everyone on this show also. Thank you very much for coming around. I will see you guys later tomorrow by the grace of God. Make sure you keep it gospel, keep it pumping. Do you do virtual counseling? Yes, I do. Majority of my counseling sessions are on Zoom. All right. So you can reach out to me anytime, any day if you need counseling. Have a beautiful day. We're going to continue this series about finding peace. I still have more things to discuss, to talk to you about. But don't forget what we discussed today. Make sure you make use of them. Don't put your head into something you cannot finish. Take care of yourself. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.